Welcome back, fellow scrubs. Hey, everything's going wild. I haven't even started yet. Hold on. So this is Pocket Fighter EX Development Day. It's a fan game, not affiliated with Capcom or SNK. By the fans, for the fans. But yeah, hold on. We got Judge Judy Slayer. Thank you for the follow, and that's an awesome name. And then Kanebo, thank you for the raid. So, what's up? We're here a little later than usual, but circumstances today were a little messed up, but we're still here. Hey, get out of there! Hey, no, get out! Ah! There's a box next to my desk, and the cats are just going wild in it all of a sudden. Get out of there! Okay. Alright, maybe we can start now. I think everything's settled down. Hello and welcome. Pocket Fighter EX is a fan game about Street Fighter and King of Fighters. And we do the development on today, which is Monday, for not too much longer, but that's fine. We're here. I'm trying to get rollback netcode going in. It's taking a while, but we're going. So what's up, everybody? One of my cats meowed for a full 5 minutes while I didn't allow her in the bathroom while pooping. Cats were, yeah, they'll do that. I don't know what it is about cats in bathrooms, but they get really mad like when you don't let them come in. So I just don't bother, like, trying to keep them out. If they wanna come in and visit, I guess that's their thing. I'm not sure what it is. I don't know if they just like that kind of stuff, or maybe it's just that you're sitting down in a position that they think that, like, you'll pet them. I don't know what it is. I'm sure science has done a study on it somewhere, because science is gross like that. Oh, I fixed here. I fixed a whole bunch of stuff since last time. Remember where all the attacks that had, like, animation transitions were completely broken? Well, they're not broken anymore. At least most of them. So, like, Shinryuken works again. Oh wait, turn boxes off. Oop. Cool if I could do the motion. So yeah, that doesn't glitch out anymore, and the beam behind him doesn't stay behind him forever anymore. So that's good. Oh yes, the wait. No. There. That works again. I put the wrong frame data on that move by accident. So it didn't let you do that. But it works again, so that's good. Because the non-Power Max version lets you do it. So I'll make sure that they do. What are you doing? Get out. Jesus. They're knocking everything down trying to get in that damn box. I'll give it to them later, but I'm not gonna hear banging all night long. I'm trying to get something done here. I think the good thing to do is if you take something away, and like I'm on air right now, so it's kind of hard to do that. But if you take something away, I'll actually try to give them something in return. To be like, no, you can't play with that, but here, come on, play with this. This is a toy, and that seems to actually work pretty well. But you'll never get them to, like, not play with a box though. They just love boxes. Too bad there's no Ralph and Neo Geo Pocket Color sprites. Oh yeah, I'm actually a little surprised that they never did any of them. And I get it, they had only so much to work with. But, it's strange, right? There's a whole bunch of characters, like Kyo's entire team. Kyo's the only one that ever got pocket sprites, right? It's weird. Yeah, bag or box, right? Yeah. Cats love bags and box. These ones actually don't do so much with, like, bags. we ripped open a plastic bag. You know, you don't want them, you don't want to keep the loops on them because they might choke on them. But if you cut the loops out, and we gave them a plastic bag, they didn't care about it. It was very strange. I'm not sure. I'm not sure why. Cool. I like doing that one. That one's. I don't think you can get the light version or the heavy version. Yeah, heavy version will live. Terry is also only pocketed from his team. Well, they do have Joe and Andy actually. There's a pocket Joe and Andy. They're from Fatal Fury First Contact, but not the KOF games on Neo Geo Pocket Color. Now they were done kind of like by the B team, so they're not like quite the same quality, but they are there. Let me pull one up. I can show it. This is my other project I work on, platforming game. But we're not talking about that one today. We'll go here, then back up. So, I've collected sprite sheets from them. So yeah, like Andy. Well, I did a colored version of Andy. But he does have a full sheet. By colored, I just mean like I did one sprite just to see what it would look like. Oh, here it is. Yeah, so this is Fatal Fury First Contact. Like, they're not bad. But they're not quite as refined as the other games. Andy's is probably one of the better looking ones out of this. Yeah. I really like the effect here. I always like this attack from Andy. It always looked real cool. It reminds me of like Mega Man X, the way that the blast is. And then Joe is I did colors for Joe too. Yeah. Oh, I changed them though. I had to edit them. These are actually even edited. They're even a little weirder when you look at them. Joe's are kind of really mismatched. Let's see, where's the whole sheet here? He's like oddly like really short sometimes. But like it looks okay most of the time, but then you get a frame that looks like this, and it's like, what happened? Like, Joe, what's wrong with your face? What? Would they run out of time? And they couldn't do anything with it? I don't know. Sometimes it looks real weird. Like this frame. What is with this frame? And this frame is strange, right? Yeah, pog face. Yeah, I got a colored sheet of Kuma too. I mean, let's be real. Kuma's feels like an inevitability for this project. But he's just not in the first set. But he also gets like weirdly smaller sometimes. Like this, like why this arm? Look how big this arm is. It's bigger than his leg. Like, it's weird. Joe's sprites are just strange. Or like these why is he so small here? Like, it might not look weird in isolation, but like if you put him up against like a standing pose, like, I don't know, he just looks really small. And like his head is crunched down into his body like super far. Like his head should be like up here. Maybe here. Like, it's weird. Joe's sprites are just really strange. So, I don't know. Yeah, Goma no. Like, for real, right? Yeah, these are rips. These are from Fatal Fury First Contact on the Neo Geo Pocket Color. Yeah, I don't know. Joe's got some weird sprites, so like if we ever use Joe, I'm gonna have to do some heavy edits on him because I really don't like the way he looks. He looks kind of off model too. But like I said, the Fatal Fury First Contact was done by the B team, so the animations in this one are not quite right. Like there's Yamazaki, right? And it's cool that Yamazaki got his own sprites, but do I even have him here? Yuri, Geef. Maybe I don't even have him here. Well, Yamazaki looks really weird. Like his face just looks really strange. Or maybe it's under FF. For Fatal Fury? No. No, it would be here. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I don't have his sheet. But yeah, Yamazaki looks really weird. His face looks super off model in that game. Oh, you know what's here's a good comparison of the difference between the teams. So here's Geese. Here's Geese from Match of the Millennium. It looks badass, right? But then look at Geese from Fatal Fury First Contact. Like, look at him. It's so weird. It's so, like, uncanny valley. Here, I'll put them side by side so you can see. Like, it's so strange. Look at this. Look at the difference between this. This is so strange. He looks so off-model. But he actually looks right in Match of the Millennium. They like the faces are one of the big things between the two. But they just took like the standard model head and they put like Geese's hair on it. But here it like actually looks like Geese in Match of the Millennium. Right? It's so weird. No, they re-released a lot of the Neo Geo Pocket Color games on Switch now. They got the collection. So that's a good place to get them if you want them. No netcode or anything, but just is what it is. Reminds me of Ryu's appearance in Street Fighter 1, so strange. Yeah, it's just weird, but then they tried to like make, I don't know what's going on with the shoulder here. They tried to make him shirtless, but like that is it looks like he has a shirt on at the same time. I don't know what's going on here. I'm really confused. Like, so look at like this pose. Look at it. Look, his head got shrunk for some reason. Look, we'll put them side by side. Look, his head got smaller. Why did his head get smaller? It's so weird. That's why I don't really like the Fatal Fury First Contact sprites. If we ever use a character from there, we're just gonna have to redo him. Look at his giant arm. I don't know. I don't know. It's so weird. It's so bad. Where's his command grab one? Yeah, look at his arms. Look at the arms on the command grab. I don't know what's going on. They're just noodling. Look at this. What is this? It's bigger than his leg. I don't know what's going on. It's stall seam. Yeah, for real, right? Stretch Armstrong. Yeah. Yeah, it's just really weird. Like, poses like this, I look at it and I'm like, what were they thinking? Like, this one's okay-ish. That one's kind of cool, but this one's really bad. How am I? I'm doing pretty good. How about you? You know, one thing that's actually pretty good about the Fatal Fury First Contact is the effects in it, though. I don't know if they were done by the same team or not, but they're really nice. Like the lightning and stuff, that's really nicely rendered. Now, I know that the KOF R1 team did help them out at some point, so maybe they did the effects? I'm not really sure. But I have a feeling that the KOF R1 team had a big hand in doing Terry's and my sprites, because those ones are considerably better than the rest. And they also appeared in KOF R1 as well. SVC does this, but in a way that makes sense, like they make the hands bigger. Yeah, exactly. So, a good example, well, let's just take Akuma. Like, when Akuma does an attack, like his arm gets longer, sure, but it balloons his whole, like, arm up, so it looks like an attack. Like here, it would like the leg. It's not spindly, it's actually like, you know, it looks like it's gonna hit something. It's so weird. 1997 to 2002 were wild in terms of releases. Yeah. But the effects are really good. I have a feeling the effects might not have been done by that team, or they were just easy enough to do that they were good in that and just not in the human form. I don't know. Because this looks really good here. Like, this is a really nice Reppuken. Like, that's really cool looking. In fact, some of the effects in this game are better than the KOF ones, I think. I accidentally deleted Game Maker Studio 2 while trying to delete Game Jolt. What? Are you okay over there? Don't just type game and then hit the first one that you see. Like, but yeah, so that's a big difference between the two. A lot of people don't know about Fatal Fury First Contact, but yeah, when you look at it under a microscope, it gets really weird. It gets really strange. It's a squatting pose. What is he doing? It makes me think of that. It's just that Spider-Man meme. Almost looks like they're pointing at each other. It's like you. Like there's the two Spider-Men and they're just pointing at each other. That's what this looks like to me. What is going on? I don't know. Anyway, some came out better than others in that game. So it is what it is. Like they have to make some concessions in some poses. You know, not every pose is gonna look beautiful, but man, that game is something special. I will say that the portraits though are kind of cool. Like the fuller size portraits that they have for the endings and stuff are kind of neat. Those are really cool. And then Fatal Fury, or not Fatal Fury First Contact, but KOF R1 was the black and white KOF game. But their sprites were considerably better. So like here's Suzuru's. I think that's the only game she showed up in. The pocket ones. I mean, I did a color sample of her just to see what it would look like in color. They came out pretty good, but she's it's just really strange to see them in black and white. Yeah, geese, how awkward. Geese, how awkward. Yeah. Gal Fighters is probably the best looking game. That came out I think that was the last one they made. Gal Fighters was really good. And it's actually really weird because Gal Fighters actually redid a couple sprite sheets for like no apparent reason. So, what the hell's her name? Nakaruru. Let's look for Nakaruru. So here's Nakaruru from, I'm pretty sure this is Match of the Millennium. Yeah, this looks like Match of the Millennium. So here's her from Match of the Millennium. But then for like no apparent reason, they just completely redid all the sprites again in Gal Fighters. And now like she's all like completely different. Like they're not even edits, they're just completely different. Look, they're just 100% different. I mean, it's cool. I mean, it's got, I guess it fits Gal Fighters. It's a little more cutesy, but it's so strange. Like, why did they go and do it? Because mine never got a redo. They didn't redo mine for Gal Fighters, so why'd they redo Nakaruru? It's just weird. Unless maybe they were in dev at the same time and they both started to make a sprite sheet and they're like, ah, screw it, just finish it. You're half done or whatever. You might as well just do it. It's really weird, right? Were there any Shermie sprites I saw on your Discord but never played the game? Yeah, there are. There are Shermie sprites. She was both in KOF R1 and in R2, I believe, along with Chris and Yashiro. Let's see, S, A, B, C, D. Let's see, where's S? Shermie. Shermie was in Gal Fighters, and she was also in the KOF R1 and 2. But they're pretty much the same. The Gal Fighters has like bigger hands and feet and stuff, and they got the goofy looking run, but they're pretty much the same otherwise. So you'll see there's not too many alterations. This is for sure me. That's Gal Fighters. Wait. Do I only have her from Gal Fighters? Wait, it says GF. Oh wait, that's Shiki. I'm sorry. Shermie. I guess that's the only Shermie I have. I made an edit of her in her new costume for KOF 15. That's not the complete one though. Let me go up. I put all my edits in here. Well, at least most of them. So here. So I did do a sprite edit of her in her new costume. Not saying I'm putting her in the game, but it was just for fun because she came out. You, Colleen? That was a request. Somebody wanted me to do a Colleen sprite. So I did one. I don't mind Colleen. I think she's alright. Yeah, Leona actually got some like animation redos in the various games she was in. Like they changed her idle pose and stuff. It was really neat. That horribly instant swap between the side poses. Yeah, I just worked with the frames they had. That's just what came with it. Yeah, see here, there's no transition pose. If I were to like actually put her in the game or something, I'd make a transition pose there because it is pretty jarring. But I just worked with what was there. That's it. These are all the frames. So that's all you got here. It is weird, but hey, they had to cut frames somewhere to make it all fit, I guess. Usually you don't want to screw with the idle pose though. You want to cut something else because the idle pose is the thing that you see the most. You know, when the round starts and all that. Yeah, it does look strange, right? Master Millennium has 96 idle, and Gal Fighter is the 97 idle. For who? For Leona? Yeah, for Leona? Yeah, okay. Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't remember exactly what games they were from, but you're right. Do I have colored ones of Leona, right? Here. I don't know if I ever did I do the animation? Yeah, I did do the animation. I think this is the Gal Fighters one. Yeah, I think this is the Gal Fighters one. I did a colored version. When she got her trailer for KOF 15, I put this one out. I put it together. Just to kind of see how it would look. I think it came out cool. I like Leona. I wouldn't mind adding her at some point, but I can say that for so many characters. Like, I'll never get them done. Like, I'll be like, oh yeah, I like all these 50 characters, but there's no way in hell I'm going to be able to add 50 characters. I did a Orochi color too. She has Orochi sprites, but only in KOFR 1. They removed them from all the other ones. Outside of a few, like, super attacks and stuff. Here, so I actually compiled all the sprites to compare them. The first one is, I think, KOFR 1. Or no, it's R2. KOFR 2, Gal Fighters, and then KOFR 1's Orochi. Colors. So, like, or not colors, but her animations were all there. She was fully playable as Orochi in KOFR 1. There used to be a tutorial on Neo Geo Pocket Sprites, and now it's gone. I should have stayed on it. I don't know. I just look at the sprites and I try to copy it whenever I do an animation. I mean, it's not overly difficult in some respects. Like I can draw it, sort of, but like most of the time I'm like tracing. I'm not tracing, but like I'm doing an animation that already exists, you know what I mean? So it's like a lot easier to do that. It's like Terry's, where is it? Where's his kick? This one, right? Color. Like this? Like it looks cool and impressive to a degree, but like it's not like I made the animation from scratch. Like Terry has this animation in the games. I just kind of looked at what was already there and I just made it in this. So I mean, it's not like it's traced, but like these frames I could reference from the big boy games. You know what I mean? So it's not like I came up with the move from scratch. So it's a little different. It's really hard to do animations from scratch. Is that girl an animal or something? The way she runs like a cheetah. I'm not honestly not too up on the lore. I know she's got some connection to Orochi. She's got some of that blood or whatever, part of that lineage or something like that, like Iori is. But I don't know why she runs like an animal. Iori doesn't run like an animal. So why does Leona run like an animal when they're getting taken over? I don't know. I have no idea. It's really weird. Yeah, Leona's way more wild than Iori is when she gets taken over. Which, I don't know. Like, I guess Iori kind of claws too, but she has like visible, like, talons and shit. It's weird because she's all like super feral, but she still uses her like normal moves. I don't know, it's wacky. Here's a Berserker Barrage. That's from Gal Fighters. I think that's just a joke super. She drank that Orochi cherry pop. Yeah, I don't know, she's going off the walls. I hear she's running normal. I don't know. It's wacky. It's cool though. I thought it was neat to see, you know, side by side all the animations between the versions. Not every version of her has every animation. So like this is a Gal Fighters only super with the bombs and the grenades. And like the cartoon dynamite. I think all the rest are just Gal Fighters stuff, maybe. No, this one's... Yeah, I don't know about this one. This looks like a Blanca move, like, for real. I guess it must be Gal Fighters? I don't know. Not sure what that one's from. I believe this is from Gal Fighters, because the big explosion. A little cartoon. But I like it, though. It's really neat. And whatever this one is. Oh yeah, this looks like the same thing. Just without the effects. Here's that V Super, whatever that's supposed to be. It looks very different. I'm not sure if this is KOF R1. This might be R2, but it looks a lot better here. Maybe this is Gal Fighters. This could be Gal Fighters. And then the Orochi one. Which looks different yet from this one. I don't understand what's with this one. Here's the one where she like grabs you and then I don't know what she does some kind of pose and I don't know if it's supposed to twist your neck or something. Well, here's this looks like, yeah, this is her super from either Match of the Millennium or KOF R2, I forget, where she goes into an Orochi mode, but only temporarily for the move and that's it, and she's knocked out of it. This is a Gal Fighters one, the trip animation. It's got the goofy trip. And then the Jet Fighter comes in. It's kind of cool. Yeah, here's that. There's that super where she stabs you. Yeah, this must be the Orochi one. You see, she's got the shadowed out eyes. This one's normal. Was Boomerang Gal Fighters? No, unfortunately. I think she might have been in an ending, but she was not in the actual game. Back. I don't know if she was in an ending, or maybe she was in an ending in Fatal Fury First Contact. I remember seeing a portrait of her somewhere. But yeah, these are all the fighters from Gal Fighters. It's the only ones here. The new ones were Shiki, Whip, oh, Whip, Yuki, which I guess is supposed to be Kyo's girlfriend, and then Miss X, so that's Iori dressed up as Miss X. I think all the other ones are returning. Yeah, all the other ones come from other games. It was pretty good. It was definitely the most visually striking of all the Neo Geo Pocket games. I just wish that they made more of them. Because, like, K-Dash never made it in at all. They stopped making them before then. No, God, no, I'm not putting every character. I just got done saying that I can't possibly put every character in. No, I'm being very choosy about it. I'm gonna keep myself from thinking about it too far in advance, because I could make plans all day long, but it's not gonna get me anywhere. And maybe I'll change my mind in 6 months of who I want in, so I'm gonna wait until I have the opportunity. Well, I'm gonna wait till I get done with the first set before I start worrying about the rest of them. If I get too far ahead of myself, then it's possible it might not even happen. How did Terry's girl not make it, but Kyo's did? Yeah, true, right? Yeah, I would have been nice to have Blue Mary in Gal Fighters. I don't know if there's any grapplers, or even like half grapplers in Gal Fighters. Yeah, I mean, as much as there's a lot of Pocket characters in Pocket style, there's also not like as many as you would expect to. Oh, here's Yamazaki. I'm sorry, I guess I'm blind. Yeah, see how Yamazaki's face doesn't look right? That's what I don't like about the Fatal Fury ones. Like, it's okay, but it's... Look at what is going on here? Why is the light kick? Why is this leg in the light kick like longer than the heavy kick? This is what I'm talking about with these Fatal Fury first contact fights. What is this? Why? I don't understand. I don't get it. The effects are nice though, like the dust effects are really cool. I actually use those in Pocket Fighter EX, the dust effects. Some creepy weird shit going on here. Yeah, I don't know, like this face. What is wrong with the faces? What is this? You better make it into 15. Yeah, you're right. We haven't seen him yet. Blueberry made it, right? What team is Blueberry on? She was announced, right? I can't remember now. God, it's so many... I keep getting so confused between 14 and 15 about who's in and who's not. Yeah, I like the ending pick though. The ending pick's really funny. I don't know who this is. Is this Geese? Does he have Geese on a leash? He's living it up though. But the portraits are really nice. It's like the endgame sprites are just weird. Yeah, that's Geese. Yeah, it looks like him, right? That's funny. I like the endings in this game. Yeah, I don't know. If we ever put Yamazaki in, I'm gonna have to redo his face at least. There's something weird about him. The body rendering's not too terrible. Geese on a leash. Yeah. I don't know if you could put a goose on a leash. I think they'd fight it. Geese can be pretty nasty, man. They'll fight you. Oh yeah, that's right. She's on the secret agent team. You're right. Blue Mary, Vanessa, and Luong. Luong? Is that how you say it? Yeah, you're right. You're right. I'm just happy Vanessa's back. Yeah, I mean, there's only 2 more teams that they're gonna show. And then the rest is DLC stuff, I guess, from what they said. So who knows? But yeah, anyway, there's so many characters they did. I guess, I don't know, there's not too much else to talk about that, I guess. More than 2? Are you sure? They showed the character select screen in KOF 15. Oh yeah, you're right. That's right. We don't know who's on Ash's team or Kay's team. That's true. That's true. I was thinking like totally new teams, but they showed the new girl. I don't know if we know the name of the character yet, but we don't know the 2 team members. And then there's 1 team that's completely unknown. Then there's Kay's team with 2 members we don't know. Ash's team with 2 members we don't know. What grapplers are you going to put in this game? I don't know yet, to be honest. So... wait, hold on. Controller's syncing. So the first set of characters, I just picked based on popularity. So like Ken, Ryu, Chun-Li, Guile, Kyo, Iori, Mai, and Terry. But obviously none of these are actually grapplers. So... I don't know, what grappler would you want to see? I guess would be a better question from you guys. Because, I mean, like, personally, I like Alex from Street Fighter 3. I think he would be a fun fit. But, I don't know, like, some people just like Geef. Some people like Hugo. I mean, on the SNK side, you've got Clark, and the game crashed. That's always fun. That's wonderful. Yeah, let's try to reboot that. I like Alex personally. Like if it were just strictly up to me and picking favorites, I would probably just pick Alex. But I want to try to pick, I want to try to pick characters that will fill out the roster in interesting ways. Yeah, that's right, Shermie. Diamond or grapplers. Now, we can produce whole sprite sheets if we need to, so it's not going to be limited to just characters that already exist. Yay! It's just crashing all the time now. Why? That's wonderful. Wonderful. I don't know. I'm gonna try to recompile it in a different thing and maybe it'll help clear it out. Did you clean your hard drives like I told you back a month ago? No. No, I didn't. I did not, no. I don't have any place to put everything. I'm running out. I got 15 gigs here, 104 here, 18, 57, 20, 64, 30. Like, all together, it's okay, but, like, it's just, everything's spread out everywhere. Yeah, everything on red. I don't know much about Virtual Fighter, to be completely honest. Alright, let me I set it to a different platform, but let me set it back and see if it's okay. Oh, what's in for today? Unity keeps crashing. That's what's going on today. It's messed up, man. We were talking about Fatal Fury First Contact sprites and how they look a little off. And then yeah, and now it's just we went back to the game and the game's like, nope. All right. What the hell? Okay, something's wrong. That is not good. That's not good. Where is Iori? He's coming, but rollback netcode's got to get in first. Iori's gonna be programmed after that. He's here. He's got a sheet, all colors separated and ready to go. Okay, well, I don't know why it's not working. Hold on, let me check something. And I apologize, I have to black the screen out for this, because it reveals like server info. No, nothing changed. Nothing changed in the files. So why is it blowing up all of a sudden? Oh, this ain't good. I'm gonna wipe my editor settings. And I'm gonna try a different platform. Oh, we'll see. Okay, you can come back now. Sorry about that. I can feel energy flowing from my veins. I can't wait to play it. Me too! Me too, dude, it's killing me how long this rollback netcode shit's taking. I mean, yeah, it's a complicated thing, but it's a lot of work. I'd just be happy to be able to play it with other people. Like, for real. Okay. Let's close, like, a couple tabs. Turn the profiler off. Pause and play. Show me potato salad! Wait, what happened? Oh, okay. I was like, they fell through the floor. I always have to run it once first for it to refresh some objects. Then we run it a second time. And I guess that fixed it. Cool. Like, oh, yeah, I didn't have practical bounce on. It's running at a weird frame rate, but that might be because I set it to Android. Oh, well, hey, the old version is out. If you just want to play like local or training mode, there's a link to the old version. It's not as good as this current version, but you can certainly hit the training mode up. A lot of people that have tried it been very happy with. Like, they feel like it's a fun game to lab in, and that makes me happy to hear. That means it'll probably be fun to play too. If we can ever get there. Oh, I missed it. Ah. I messed it up. That's alright. Yeah, I don't know why. It's happy now for some reason. Do I dare try to turn it back to Windows 64-bit? I don't know, this is... Sometimes you gotta debug the editor itself. Maybe there's a minor memory leak or something? It wouldn't crash that fast if that were the case. It would crash eventually, for sure. Well, not that fast. I mean, well, I was gonna say we actually can't test for that because the profiler can't be on because it just instantly crashes. But let's see if this blows it up. Hey, for whatever reason, it seems happy now. I'll take it. It's fine. Unity's weird sometimes. Sometimes Unity's just wacky. Oop. Yeah, I'll be happy with this. Nah, I messed it up. I wouldn't have enough for the EX anyway. Oop, that was close. Yeah, I guess it's fine now. I don't know. Unity gets wacky. Windows 64-bit. What's wrong with that? You want it 64-bit, so it runs better. Capcom seriously fumbled the bag. They should have thrown Kiori in Street Fighter V and boom, CVS 3 2020. Dude, everybody, I thought the last character was gonna be Kyo too. I was like, it's gotta be a guest character. They're being so secretive about it. Like, it has to be a guest character. If it was like an original character, they would just say that and they'd be like, we're just not ready to show it, right? But no, that's not what they did. They hyped everybody up for like 8 months, being super secretive about it. Oh, just hoping the... Yeah, I mean, you could check from the task manager, but like it crashes as soon as it runs, so you wouldn't see the memory leak until it started running. So it still wouldn't tell you much. And task manager is not detailed enough to see it in that span of time. I appreciate the suggestion though. Are those flaming kicks Rekka inputs? Yeah, kind of. They're half circles. But yeah, you do the half circle light, half circle heavy. You do different buttons though. So if you do half circle light, you get this. Half circle heavy is this. And half circle both buttons. Whoop, I did it too slow. Half circle on both buttons is this kick. But you can chain the light to the light to the heavy, and the light to the 2-button one. Hold on, let me get. So you can do that, or you can do this. When you do this one, you can special cancel it, but it's a lot riskier. But it's really rewarding. You can do it without Power Max mode too. They get better in Power Max. Like they have better frame advantage. And like crazy kicks in the past, you can cancel into the overhead. When they're on fire, the overhead will hit always, but when they're not on fire, they can block it if they see it coming. Like that. No, that's not what I wanted to do. That. So they're kind of like Rekka. I guess they're Rekkas. I don't know. They're kind of, sort of. I mean, you got to use different buttons. You're not pressing the same button over and over again. So, if you can get it right, you can actually get a loop of them too. Yeah, like that. That's pretty hard to do, though. You could do... You could do that. That was a fun one to do. It's pretty tough, but it's fun to do. Ken's got a lot of fun ones. Yeah, it's alright. Let's see. Oh, too late. If you do EX Tatsu from the ground, that's a hard knockdown. So if you have the right timing, you can get an overhead. Yeah, like that. Oh no, I wasted super. Oh well. Nope, I screwed that up. That was supposed to be this, but I messed it up. Ken's the only one with that kind of move. So the reason that I did these the way they were is, well, one, I wanted crazy kicks. I decided right away I wanted crazy kicks because Ken hasn't had crazy kicks in forever, for whatever reason, or at least not as actual moves. So number one, it gives him a whole bunch of different normals that he can use, which is really cool for different purposes. Like this one's a pretty good long-range poke. It'll miss someone who's crouching, but if they're standing, it's pretty good. It reaches pretty far. It's a little slow, but it reaches pretty far. It was criminal that crazy kicks weren't in Street Fighter V. They weren't as a move, but they were as a target combo. And that led to the next part of this. That's why I let you chain them together. There's actually, there is a target combo in Street Fighter V that you can use. I don't know if it's in use anymore, but it looked basically like a crazy kick, like putting two of these kicks together. But the interesting thing is in Street Fighter V, you could special cancel it, apparently. Or maybe it had enough frame advantage to throw a Hadouken after. Whatever. For whatever reason, people were doing that. They were doing this, and then they were doing a Hadouken after. And then they were canceling that, I think, in the V-trigger and doing some other stuff. So I kind of combined all the ideas into one. One, I wanted you to be able to do them individually, because of course, that makes the most sense. It's the most fun and interesting aspect of them, is that you can use them for various things. And in Street Fighter 2, of course, you could hold the button to turn them into overheads. So I added that. And then I said, well, let's give it the Rekka ability from Street Fighter V, because it's really cool and it can help Ken with combos. So it's kind of like a really hyper version of all three of them put together. And then in Power Max mode, the overheads become true block strings and true hit strings, so you can let them loose and they're safe on block, so they're like super crazy pressure tool. And because you can cancel them from normals, they're kind of a special and a normal at the same time. Hello, I'm from Brazil. Well, welcome. It's actually a lot of Brazilians show up to the stream. So I guess I got a little fan base going on in Brazil. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, that's one of the reasons that I wanted rollback netcode so bad in the game. Because there's a lot of fighting game fans, like in South America and other places, that have really shitty internet. And if it was delay based, it just wouldn't be playable for them. At least now there's at least a chance of it being playable. As long as you're not playing from, like, I don't know, Brazil to Japan or something. Looks like those kicks racked up some serious stun. Yep. I feel like the stun's pretty high in this game, and I'm not sure, you know, in a real match if it would deplete fast enough to be an issue. I mean, in training mode, you know, of course you can stun somebody really easily because they're not doing anything. They're not evading. You're not being careful with anything. You're just letting loose attack after attack with full bar and shit. But that, I mean, that's pretty good stun though for one combo. If you repeat that 3 times uninterrupted, yeah, then you got him. Oh, that's not gonna hit. I needed to do a Shoryu there. But yeah, the basic idea was I wanted Crazy Kicks to come back, and I wanted the name Crazy Kicks to mean something. They had to be actually crazy. That's not what I wanted. So like that, even if he blocked it, it wouldn't have mattered. Wouldn't be able to do anything about it. Wait. Why is he not? Oh, I said him a human by accident. Yeah? Yeah? Okay. See, like he can't even do anything about it. I wanted Ken when he's in Power Max, he's supposed to be super pressure monster. Maybe I went overboard, but only time will tell once we get the online working, right? You have to be careful though, because if they are crouching, some attacks might go over them. Like definitely this one, and this one will go over. So you gotta be really careful. This is, the light one's the only one that'll hit a crouching opponent, but only at close range. If you do it at far range, it's not gonna get. You only did it because you just wanted to create a flame war? I get it. Fire, right? Yeah. So if they're... Oh, that also applies if they're not blocking. So if you do this, it won't hit. Hold on. Like that won't hit, but you can force standing with crouching fierce. So if you put crouching fierce in there, oh, and so yeah, I am very terrible at playing this game on pad. Excuse me. But see the difference? It pops them up so that they can be hit like that. So they're not like super crazy to use a pun, I guess. Like they're not godlike, but they probably will be pretty good. You could get him on cross up too. Again, pressure. Ken's all about pressure, and the name of the game was getting him to look and feel like he can do some real good stuff with pressure tools. So he's got a lot of stuff where he can just he's just doing whatever he wants, and you gotta kind of either outlast it or interrupt him or something. So you can do whatever you want, man. You don't need my approval. Do whatever you want. How much bar does an alpha counter consume? It consumes 1 meter of max. Boink. Like that. It'll put you in max mode if you're not already in it. In armor max. And then see, now that bar is gone. Obviously it filled back up for in training mode, but... You can use it one more time while in max mode. Right now there's a glitch where it accidentally consumes the second bar, but I'm going to fix that before it comes out. So the idea is if you pop max mode on its own, you get up to 2 uses of alpha counter. But if you're not in max mode, you can start to enter it with 1, and then you've got only 1 other shot. So notice when you go into armor max on its own, the timer does not go down as fast as here. You only have actually half time when you do it from block, and you're not in the mode already. Then you get... and you get a chance to have up to 2 of them. And while you're in armor max, you get access to your armored reversal command normal. I guess it's a reversal by default because it's armored, something like that. You take the damage, but you know it can still do some stuff. So like if you're in the corner and you just want to get out. Well, it's a little hard because the Shoryuken has so much invincibility that it's hard to hit him with it. But you get the idea. But there you go, so then it gives you some space there. And you could do it with the alpha counter too, on block. Which is pretty much guaranteed. The other one, I mean, there's only 1 hit of armor on this, so the application is limited. So if Ken did the Shoryuken, he would have blown right through you. Because this does multiple hits. Ken's one is not as good as Ryu's, but he's not a defensive character is why. However, Ken can actually use it in the corner. So here. You can actually combo off of it, but only in the corner. If you're in the corner instead, then it's a really bad example with Ken's. It's not good against a Shoryuken. But here, it knocks him away, so there's nothing you can really do. But that was intentional. Ken's is more useful when they're in the corner. And then, of course, you've got 2 different alpha counters. You've got that one, and you've got that one. Of course, this one's more for grounded attacks. Again, just like the other. There, finally hit him with it. And Ryu also has 2 different ones. All the characters have 2 different alpha counters. But Ryu's got better, you know what, let me change the opponent to Terry. It'd probably make a lot more sense. Okay, so he's gonna do Power Wave, right? So, excuse me. Oops, I did it too early. Oh, hold on. Wait, why didn't that work? Oh, hold on. There's a glitch where the second match, the max modes don't work. I gotta fix that. Let me refresh it and pray that it doesn't crash. Okay, there we go. We should be better now. There we are. So you can, oops. If they're really far away, you can use the sweep. If they're close, then you can use the Shoryuken. And then Ryu's armor move is that, which you can absolutely get something off of. It's a little hard with Terry's thing because it kind of pushes you away. But you absolutely do have frame advantage to link another move into that. Depending on the move, close enough. Oh, that one actually probably would have worked. Let's try it again. Oh. Nah, he's a little far away. A little far away. But if you're close enough, he'll so you can do stuff with it. Now obviously I didn't armor the attack there. His pushback is a little bit big on that power wave, so it pushes me back. But yeah, you can see that if it hits, you can absolutely do stuff with it. Using the super, of course, in max mode does end max mode, but I think it's a good trade-off. I think it'll work. Oh, and that was good. So Ryu's got pretty good defensive stuff. He's very much a punish monster. A lot of his attacks do a lot of counter damage. Counter hits, very good for him. Like counter Shinsho? Was it 496 versus normal Shinsho? Yeah, 460. And it only gets worse in Power Max. So normal Power Max Shinshoryuken, 552. Pretty good. But a counter hit one? Oof. Wait, no, I didn't counter hit. Hold on. Wait, does he not have a counter? He's gotta have a counter hit state. Yeah, there's the counter. There we go. 589. That's like 600 damage. Can he donkey kick after the Shinsho? No. This one's just more meant to be like a finisher move. So they actually land at about the same time. The way I designed the supers were more or less finisher moves in this game. And then the EX moves are your utility and combo. Oh, messed up. Make it 555. The move damages are kind of standardized based on their level. I think most level 2s, I think, do like 240. But the Shinko Hadoken does less because of the projectile move, so you have that advantage. And it's like way safer than a lot of other supers, so it gets stock damage. But I think normal ones are usually like 240. And then most level 3s are about 450 in damage. I think the Shinsho does a little more just because it's, you know, it's special for Ryu. And then you do 20% additional damage on counter hit. So that's why the Shinsho does really high damage on its first hit. So that's why the counter hit's so high on it. Yeah, it's Ryu's like best signature move, so I wanted to make it like really impressive. Wait, hold on. I need... There we go. Oh, I messed it up. I say you can combo into it. You got 3 bars to spend. Oh, I screwed it up. Oh, that was too low. Oh, I messed it up. I just didn't... How did I go from down to forward and miss the diagonal? Something's wrong with me. I missed it again. I don't know what the hell. Why was I holding back? I don't know. But yeah, it happened again. I went from down to forward. I don't know. Maybe in editor the game runs a little slower. Or maybe I'm getting a frame drop that's dropped in input. Oh yeah, I could feel that one was off. I didn't get to cancel. There we go. Look at that. Oof. 685. 3 bar. You do need max mode for it. So it's pretty much all your resources, but can you imagine pulling that off at the beginning of the round? Oh my god, the person would like rage quit instantly. Oh, what's that? Like he throws a power wave at this round start? Oh, sorry. You're dead. Like, I don't think I would have enough meter to do that. You have to hit. When you do this, you have to hit it like this because you get just barely enough meter to do it. If you don't have all those hits in, you won't have enough meter to make up for the EX donkey kick. But yeah, someone's like, oh, I'm gonna be cute and throw a projectile at the beginning of the round. Yeah, good luck. Alex's story in the next Street Fighter game better be legit. People are talking about Luke, this and that, but forget Alex is the second protagonist. Yeah, I think Alex's time is over. I don't think they care about Alex. It's sad to say as an Alex fan. I think they just literally don't care. I don't... That specific punch might not actually be possible. Seems like he's at a really weird distance and it won't catch the, Yeah, you can't do it that way. Yeah, I don't think there's enough time to do it. I think it's because he's pushed back a little bit. So he's like too close to get that specific range. Yeah, let's move from forward and then do it. Oh no, he's too far. He's too far forward now. Okay, let's try that. Oh, I messed it up. Hold on. Push him ahead a little bit. Oh god, why do I keep screwing it up? Alright. No, he's too far away now. How far does it push him back? Push him back there? Let's try. Huh. There's something magical about that area, or that distance. Oh, I screwed that up. I don't know, I gotta fix the push box on Terry's power wave. It's like, watch how big it is. It's way too big. Look how far it goes forward. Well, it's really hard to punish him. Actually, you know what? Let's do that now. Let's fix that. So, Terry. Hitboxes. So power wave. Oh, excuse me. Power. Here. This is the actual body hitboxes. We're gonna lock that to keep that on top and add a new inspector if we need it. Okay, the body space standing startup. It must be this one. Oh, wave. Here we are, wave. That's probably what this is. Yeah, it's way too big. I'm gonna cut it down by 10. But then I'm gonna have to push it back by 10? Oh wait, maybe that'd be minus. Yeah, it's gotta be minus. I think, wait, no. Hold on, let's see what that looks like. Oh no, that's right, that's right. Okay, that's much better. Oof. That's an unrealistic combo in a real match, though. You would have to have 3 bars and Kakufubatsu, which is highly unrealistic. That'd be very... At that point, if you started to unload all that, they'd be almost dead at the end of the round anyway. So, in this game, Kakufubatsu takes 2 bars of super. And sure, you can build back those 2 bars, but by the time you beat them down enough to do that, they're gonna be already pretty much dead. So having Kakufubatsu active and 3 bars is really like having 5 bars of super. That's why it looks so scary, but you'll never really get that off in an actual match. You're more likely to spend the 2 bars and then just do a combo like this. Oh, well. Yeah, Ryu can be scary in Power Max too. He's got the dungeons, and the stun on dungeons is wild. Don't mess with it. In dungeons with Kakufubatsu? Oh my god, don't even think about it. Look at that. I'm probably going to add more scaling to the dungeon for that reason. It's a little maybe too high. But, yeah, because you can use it like in Street Fighter V. Any special that Ryu has, you can cancel in the Kakufubatsu. So, yeah. Oh, some of the animations change. I gotta fix that one in particular. But his target combo also lets you go into it. Yeah, it can be pretty scary. Ah, I didn't get it. Oh, and then you can also use Teshin from Street Fighter 4. Or, well, an adaptation of it, I guess. So after Kakufubatsu, you can do Teshin, and then you can either dash cancel it, like an FADC, or you can jump cancel it. So, now you can use other EXs out of it too, but depending on how far away you are from the wall, you may want one or the other. Like that one will let you have, you know, like a Shoryuken, but in that situation, if you use Teshin instead, then you can get more off of it. So, I think it'll be fun. I'm really hoping that it goes over well. I think people will have fun with the game. And that's all I ask for. That's why I'm here. Oh yeah, assure you? Oh my god, I think this trade actually works out in Ryu's favor too. If they're in the corner? Yeah, hold on. I think I delayed that. I think you can actually punish that. Someone found it on Twitter. I was like, oh, yeah, I guess that makes sense. Yeah. Whoops. Don't do that in the corner. I mean, you probably shouldn't anyway. I'm not sure why you would necessarily, but beware of that one. Oh, here's another one. Max cancel an EX donkey kick and you have enough time to charge a full dungeon. Yeah, it uses 2 bars and a max, but look at the stun. If you had already beat him up a little bit, like this. Oh, yeah, that's a stun. So, yeah, dangerous stuff. Look, you've got him beat down this far. Ooh, free stun. Yeah, powerful stuff. So beware of Ryu, like for real. He's gonna be crazy. Once online hits, Ryus are gonna be nuts. They're gonna be all over the place. And when you make a mistake, he's gonna be there watching and waiting. And that's really the design philosophy for Ryu for me. He's a very traditional, disciplined fighter. He's going to be looking for your mistakes, and he hits really hard with like single hard-hitting attacks, which means that his counter damage is way higher than other characters. So that's 132 as opposed to 110 on counter hits. Combined with being able to max cancel to either make it safe or to do some damage, it's gonna be crazy. The white box, using to decide if the enemy is crouched. White box? Talk about when the attacks come out, that little gray box there, that's for flinch guard. So if I set him to guard everything, see, he'll put his guard up. That's just for the proximity guard, but if you're not close enough, it won't happen. K-Left does it like this, where they have a little box on the bottom. That's their proximity guard, because they don't have like air blocking or anything. They don't have to worry about anything except the ground. And when you fall, it washes over them like that, so it still works. Oh yeah, and they guard break, so be careful. I screwed it up, you get the idea. Yeah. I can never get that one right. There's a frame data bug. I should be able to get this and then this, but right now it doesn't match up. I gotta fix that. Hey, you just run up and do that. Ryu does have a couple hard knockdowns. But only a universal change that I made. This is not in the current version. But if the character is in the air and you hit them with an overhead, it's a hard knockdown now. Every character has it. So you can do some nasty stuff. Not that one. You do this. Oh, yep. It's tough to time, but if you're close enough to the corner, you have enough time to. There you go. Oof. And then, you know, they can't do anything when they stand up. Necessarily. Like, they can't roll when there's a hard knockdown, is what I mean. So, there's a couple options they could do. I mean, they could do a reversal. That'll go through a dungeon. because dungeons are Hadokens. They're a little higher off the ground. So you could absolutely reversal it with a DP. But the other scary thing is that Ryuk backdashes his dungeons. Who's the next character we're working on? Iori. Iori Yagami from King of Fighters. He's gonna be fun to program, I can already tell. I don't know what I'm gonna do for his power max though. I'm fielding ideas if anybody wants to throw their hat into the ring. I really don't know what ability he should have on top of everything else. He's mostly the same in most of the games that he's in, so there's not really like a lot to pick from in that regard, it feels like. But most of the times, if I can't think of something right away, I'll program them in the game first and then kind of feel like play them a little bit, like play test them a bit, and then try to come up with an idea after that. Power Max should be his Orochi mode? What would that actually change for him, though? Because I don't want to, I don't want the Power Max to be necessarily like a complete transformation of every move. I just want it to be like an ability, because there's Armor Max too, don't forget. Like, if Power Max is way too powerful, no one's ever going to use Armor Max. So they should be two sides of the same coin, where Power Max typically changes something about a special move or grants you an additional special move or something. And then Armor Max gives you an armored command normal and your alpha counters. That's the dichotomy that they have. But if like it changes everything about him, like all the frame data, like I don't know, like Street Fighter V does that, but I'm not sure I want to do something that crazy with it. I'd rather have one focus, substantial change, other than he has slightly better frame advantage on some moves and he looks a little different. You know what I mean? I want something that's like, I guess, understandably amplified. So like Ryu going from normal Hadokens to dungeons, like that's a substantial, noticeable change that any player who picks up the game can understand. But if it's like, oh, Ryu got +1 on all his punches now, like a lot of players would be like, what does that mean? I don't get it. Why is I went into electricity mode, but it didn't do anything. He doesn't do anything new. I don't get it. You know what I mean? I don't want it to be something subtle. I want it to be something really substantial. I think Terry's is the worst one right now, because all it does is gives him a new super. But it's only a level 3. So even if you have 2 bars, you can't even use it. So I'm trying to rethink what I want to do with Terry's. Oh, let's see. What could? Man, Iori's got everything. He's got a DP, he's got a projectile, he's got a command grab. He's got everything. What does Iori even need a Power Max? I don't know. I figured he's probably going to be one of the ones that I'm going to have to just put him in and then play test him, and then based on that, figure out what I think his weaknesses might be, and then try to patch something in to help with that. He's got everything. He's got good overheads. He's got a standing overhead. He's got that back kick in the air. Like, I don't know, what could Iori possibly want for? Like, it can't be super overpowered, too. It's gotta be something that's substantial, but not, like, godlike. I try to make abilities that don't consume the bar, either. Would you mind if you put Neoback's move for Iori from 12? 12? 12? I mean 13? I don't know what supers I'm gonna have for him quite yet. I mean, obviously Maidens is one. You gotta have Maidens, but 12, 13. Yeah, I did. I think you're talking about this one, right? I did do sprites for that one, just to see how it would look. I mean, it's okay. But I feel, I don't know, at this moment, I think his level 3 should be the big giant claw swipe from 14 and his flameless 13 form. I think it's called Yatagarasu. That's the one I'm leaning toward right now. Like, this one's okay, but it's also kind of basic looking. It's like over really quick. It just doesn't feel all that impressive compared to some of his other stuff. But we don't have sprites for Yatagarasu. Right, the claw started in either 12 or 13, but then KOF 14 also had it as his biggest super move. Let me see. Let me see if I could find a video of it. Okay. Repeat, I think it's called. Might be this one. Here, and ads. Okay. It's after this one. Oh yeah, I guess he had it in Max Impact too. Maybe that's where it first came from. That was funny. Alright, it should be after this one. Okay, here's 12. But they didn't have very many supers in 12. Okay, here's 13. Is that one? Yeah. So where's his big one? Okay, that's his level 3 or level 2 or 3 version of it. But he's got one more. There it is. That's it. That's the one. That's the one that I think I want to put in. Yeah, you can buffer special moves out of blocking in Pocket Fighter EX. I'm putting that move in. That move's definitely going in. If you do Maidens, then you can do that move after. That one's way too cool. There's the one you were talking about. It's cool, but it happens so quick. It feels like it's just over in a flash. So here's 14, and you'll see he's got the claw here in 14 as well. Oh, he has that special too. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. I love that extension. It's just so cool looking. Now there's that. That looks more like a Psycho Power move than anything. And here's probably the claw, right? Oh no, it's just it's the level 2 version of that. Where's the claw? Oh no, it's just the level 2 version of There it is. It just looks really cool. It just looks really cool, the claw. I don't know. I'm still well, technically undecided, but I'm not gonna worry too much about it. Just give him Orochi mode and armor mode too. Can you imagine Orochi Ori with armor? That's disgusting. That's like, that is sickening. What is wrong with you? Atom Pocket he did the extension for Maidens. He did the animation for it. It looks so good. Like, I can't wait to put that one in. And he did the flame effect for it too. It's gonna be so cool. But it won't mean anything if rollback's not in. So, rollback first. It's just a lot of work, man. A lot of work. And it's relatively unexplored territory too. At least I feel like. I mean, now everybody's starting to get on it, but like, devs have been ignoring rollback for so long that it's kind of like, there's some games that have it, but for the most part, it's pretty unexplored territory. Everybody's kind of got their own little ideas about how exactly it should work, and there's still a lot of room for, what do I want to say? There's a lot of room for discovery in the topic of rollback. There's still going to be a lot of advancements, I think. Pretty much rollback was a thing in my early 20s. I'm in my late 30s, and they're just now starting to put in the games. Yeah. And the games that did use it, they were really good. And obviously, like, Fightcade uses it. So, like, it's tried and true. It's just Japanese developers just didn't care, I guess. For, you know, typically two reasons. One, Japanese internet is so fast that, as far as they were concerned, whatever. It wasn't a big enough deal to bother doing anything with. And the other thing was, rollback was made by people from the outside, and, well, I mean, you can't sugarcoat it. Japan just don't like people from the outside very much. Max talked about it. It's that not made here. Like, there's an actual, like, term that they use that translates to not made here. Well, then we don't want it. If it's not made here, then we're not going to use it. You think about supporting higher refresh rates than 60 FPS? I would love to. There's two major issues right now that are preventing me from doing that. The first major issue is, unfortunately, I don't have any high refresh rate monitors, so there's no way I could even test it. That's kind of, I guess, the biggest one. The other thing is, I don't know if the game will run efficient enough to have rollback and also have 120 FPS. Now, it's possible that I could, well, there's a couple ways to do it. This is complicated, but if you have rollback, like, you can roll back offline play too. Like, it doesn't make any sense. You're like, why would you roll back offline play? Okay, this is getting complicated into the weeds. Are you ready? We're gonna have to bring up a diagram. It's nerd time. So let me get a nice big sheet here, and we have to draw. You ready? Let's see. 4 is good. Okay. When you do rollback, just TLDR for any of those uninitiated. So these are frames of updates in the game. Each frame, you know, you do a move. You start here and you press. If you press punch on this frame, then Ryu's gonna be punching on this frame. He's gonna punch 3 frames later. We know that. Rollback can go back in time and be like, hey, you got interrupted on this frame, so we gotta step through and do these frames all over again. And now your Ryu is getting hit because he got punched in the face before you press that punch button. So we got to correct the timeline, and now the new timeline says Ryu's been punched in the face. So Ken punched him in the face. How about that? That's how rollback works. It goes back in time, and it does some stuff. So that's the foundation what we're working with here. So here's the thing. You can do this in offline too, and there could be a reason that you would want to do that. Say you press punch here, and you want to use run ahead. So instead of seeing Ryu punching here on that frame, you're going to see Ryu punching here on this frame instead. It's input lag reduction. And the way it works is you press punch here, goes frame 1 to frame 2, but then, well, it really goes from frame 1 to frame 3. And then in the next update, it goes back to frame 2. It rolls back to frame 2 and goes from frame 2 to frame 4. And that's why on frame 3, you see the punch instead of on frame 4, if that makes sense. You can use rollback technology to view frame 5 on frame 4. Like, frame 5 hasn't happened yet, but on frame 4, you see the result of what happens on frame 5 by using run ahead. And that's how it works. It goes 2 frames, up 2 frames, back 1 frame, up 2 frames, back 1 frame, up 2 frames, back 1 frame. That's how you get run ahead. Now, Fightcade uses that. You can do that potentially for 120 FPS. And if I had a high frame rate monitor, I might be inclined to try it. So here's how, theoretically, now I'm just taking a stab in the dark. I can't test this. I don't have the equipment to test this. But say this is at 60 FPS, right? So this is frame 1, 2, 3, 4 at 60 FPS. If you have 120 refresh rate, you're doing frames in between. So you've got 1.5 and frame 2.5. And frame 3.5, essentially, if you want to split these up. So normally it's keyed on 60, but if you want double the frame rate, then you need, you know, and then we got 4.5. And you would see these frames because you have double the refresh rate, right? Makes sense so far? So hear me out. With rollback technology, the 60 FPS is what really matters here. The game normally operates at 60 FPS. So if you don't want to key gameplay on 120, and you only want to fake a render for 120. Because right now, the entire game's based on 60 FPS. If I were to make the decision, we're going to actually make Pocket Fighter EX gameplay 120 FPS, that would be a lot of work, because I'd have to rework everything in the game to support the 120 FPS. I'd have to go through every single move, alter the animations. It would be a nightmare, to put it simply. But if we wanted to fake it, hear me out here. This might actually work. Again, can't test it, don't have the equipment to, but theoretically this might work. So when you're in online play and you have to key on 60, you can't do 120 on one side and 60 on the other. It has to key on 60. Because if you do double the updates, a replay of just updating on 60 and a replay updating on the 120 will probably desync. In fact, I can pretty much guarantee that it'll desync at some point. Just the way that the math works out, you have to do all the number of updates has to be the same on each side. So here, what about this? What if we use that run-ahead theory? Well, not a theory. I mean, run-ahead works. We know it works. Fightcade has it. Emulators have it. But what if we use that to do a fake 120 FPS render? So you would have the first frame happen on player one's side. They're only doing 60, so they only see 1, 2, 3, 4. But on your side, you're running 120 FPS. You see the 1, and then the 1.5, and then the 2. And the game will actually update between these. But since you have to keep everything on 60, here's how it would work. You press punch on frame 1, it does a half update, a 0.5 frame update on frame 1. Then it moves to frame 1.5 for another 0.5 frame update. So when you're at frame 2, you have updated, 2 halves of a frame. And so it pretty much syncs up at that point. But the other player only did one update to get from here to here. So that's a desync, right? But that's okay. Because what you can do, just like run ahead, you say every 2 updates, we update from here to here and here to here. Well, once we get to this frame, we say, okay, we need to do a correct calculation now. We did the desync incorrect calculation by doing half frames. What we're gonna do is we're gonna roll back 1 frame and do 160 FPS jump back to current. So it's a 1 frame rollback in resimulation. Rolls back the game to the 60 FPS mark, the last known 60 FPS mark, then does a full 1/60th update back to 1. And of course this is a rollback, so this happens behind the scenes. You don't see it. There's no lag here, there's no extra updates, it just happens behind the scenes. And then when you get here, you do the 0.5, 0.5, roll back, roll up, 0.5, 0.5, roll back, roll up. Visually, you'll get to see the 120 FPS, but the gameplay will always go back and recheck on 60s. I think it would work. I really think it would work. You might get a potential, you might get an offline rollback. A situation where maybe on one of these frames something hit that wasn't supposed to, but the rollback will take care of it. So you may get a frame hitch here or there, but it should be so rare that it would be fine. It'd be almost like you're playing rollback but offline, but you wouldn't feel it. There'd be no lag or anything. You just visually might get a weirdness here or there. It would probably work though. I mean, ideally you'd want to make the game 120 FPS compatible from the get-go. But that also increases the amount of simulation frames you have to do too. So when you do a rollback and you do frame 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the game has, if you roll back from 5 and want to go all the way back through, you've got to load back to state 1, and then you've got to do 1, 2, 3, 4 updates to get back to frame 5. If you're in 120 FPS, that becomes 8 or 9? Yeah, I think it's 9 at that point. To say you're now essentially in that same amount of time, you are now on frame 10 because you doubled it. You did 5 frames at 60 FPS is 10 frames at 120. So now you're on frame 10 and you need to go back to here and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You doubled your CPU usage. Potentially even more than doubled it. if your game's not efficient enough, you may not be able to obtain this. This may not be possible. So right now, in Pocket Fighter EX, I think I can get up to 10 frames in rollback, but it's not finished yet, so it's still going to get slower than that. Or I'm sorry, not 10, but 15, I think, in the test that we did. Let's see. Let's play with it. Let's see if we can... Let's do 15. And let's build and run. We'll build actual release mode, see how it works. But 15's not enough. It wouldn't be enough to do 120 FPS with full rollback. The concept of rollback netcode is free. GGPO used to have you pay a license. And before GGPO right now is free. They just decided it's better to just put it out there and let people study it and use it. So kudos to them for that. But for a while, a long time, GGPO was a licensed technology. And we actually started to save money to buy that license. Because at the time, we didn't, it wasn't free. It was actually just, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't want to mute that one. Oh, it's already mute, okay. At the time, it wasn't free, and it was like a... Man, it was pretty expensive, too. I don't remember exactly what the price was, but it was pretty expensive, so we all started to pool our money to try to get it. And then, during that time, before we could get enough money to pay the license, they made it free anyway, so that worked out. Okay, this is gonna look goofy because it's gonna be updating like really fast, but oh, we need to put the FPS on. Well, it looks like it's okay, but we need to check the FPS. We gotta turn off VSync and see how good the FPS is. So VSync off. And FPS on. There you go. The menus are 3200 FPS. How about that? There's nothing going on is why. Ryu. That's fine. So any stage should be about the same. The stages don't get rolled back. So here. Okay, so when you start doing stuff though, there's more calculations. So you have to actually do stuff and then check the FPS. I don't see it hitting anywhere near 60. I saw 200 was the lowest it got. So oh, he's doing a wake up move. Yeah. So all right, that's good. This is kind of like monkey science, but let's bump it up to 20 and try again. You're still here somehow? I know it's late. I started late today because, well, circumstances. I wasn't able to do the stream earlier, so I was like, screw it, I'll just do it late and I'll catch the late night crowd. After years of no one hardly implementing rollback, they probably just said the lack of rollback is probably holding fighting games back. As far as I'm aware, that was pretty much the impetus for it. They're like, look, nobody's actually interested in doing this, so we're just going to hand it out for free, and then at least the indies can do it. I think that was their idea. And then if it makes the big boys do it, maybe it'll pressure them to do better. Okay. Same setup. I think it might be dumb, but I think I asked if the game was gonna be on mobile before. Did the answer ever change? I have no idea. There's no way to like really know it at this point. Oh, here we go. We're at 20 FPS, or 20 updates a frame, and it's holding under 60, or over 60. So yeah. Let's see. So let's think for a second. If we need if we need 120 FPS, we can do 2 updates of frame offline. The rollback would be up to... It would just barely work. But that's the thing, so I got a gaming computer. It's old, but it's a gaming computer, right? But here's the problem. If it barely works on this, then any machine lower end than like a mid-grade computer might not be able to play it online. So I do have to think about that too. If I can make it more efficient, then it might work. But as it is now, I'd be a little afraid about performance, especially like on mobile. So yeah, this ties into the question I just got in chat. What about mobile? Mobile wouldn't be able to play this at 120 FPS. You kidding? But the thing is, it doesn't matter whether you're refreshing at 60 or 120. You still have to do all those hard updates. Those updates have to come in. I don't know why the FPS dipped there. Wait, was it like... If I crouch near him, it gets like laggy? I don't understand. Why does it do that? That's weird. I don't know. Some calculation must be taking place. Maybe it's trying to calculate push boxes and stuff. I don't know. It's wacky. But yeah, Android, I don't know if the game would even work in Android TLDR, just to answer the question. So I won't know that for a long time yet. But yeah, thanks for hanging out. Come on back next time. But the problem is that even if you don't render at 120 frames per second, like we're rendering at 60, like Mac, well, intending to render at 60. Obviously, we've got it unlocked right now to see how fast it can go. But even if you're rendering at 60 FPS, it still has to do those internal updates, and that takes some time. So coupled with like a save state and a load state and all the time it takes to do that, like that really cuts into it. So you could say that, oh yeah, it works great on my high-end rig, but the processor on like my Android phone is dying and it can't do it. So I have to think about that too. Not that Android's like a high priority, but it's not just Android. It could be like lower end laptops could be able to play this game if I don't make it 120 FPS. You know what I mean? Like it could do better. I would like to see it run on lower end machines first before then I would do it at 120. You know what I mean? If that makes sense. So there's a trade-off there, for sure. There's definitely pros and cons to it. It would look great and it'd be really cool, but then some people might not be able to play it, at least in its current state. You know, if I was able to find more optimizations, and oh man, it looks so weird now after seeing it in like hyper mode. I always get this weird kind of like dissonant feeling about the game. Like it almost looks like it's slow motion now that you see it so slow again. I mean, it's normal speed, but it just looks slow after seeing the hyper. Anyway, hopefully you get what I mean. If I can make it work better on lower end machines, I'm happy to sacrifice 120 FPS. If in the future I can reprogram some of the systems so that it's much more efficient and even lower end machines can still play the game, I would happily do 120 FPS, you know. As long as I have the equipment to actually develop for it, there'd be no way to do it without actually being able to see the result. But I would love to do it. I always feel like currently, I guess specifically in fighting games, like 60 FPS doesn't feel like enough. It just doesn't anymore. I don't know why. But I don't know, maybe that's just some of the games that I play. Like if I play Alpha 2 at 60 FPS, it feels right. But if I play Street Fighter 5 at 60 FPS, maybe it's just the rendering they use and the motion blur. It feels really weird to me. It feels like it's hard to see the motions. They don't feel clean enough. I feel like you need 120 FPS for Street Fighter 5. But it's weird, because I look at Alpha 2 and I'm like, No, that's fine. 60's good. Like, it looks really nice at 60. I don't know. Maybe it's just the art direction doesn't lend itself well to high speed motion in Street Fighter V, but Alpha 2's art direction was just better for that? I don't know. Might be the display. How's your monitor's refresh rate? Well, there is that too. So, my 1 millisecond monitor does have ghosting, and that absolutely impacts how I feel about Street Fighter V, because it looks really ghosted on there. The retro games kind of come off a little better, but on my main monitor that I use for drawing, because it's got better color, that one's got 5 millisecond delay, which is fine. That's standard computer grade monitor. But the ghosting isn't nearly as much, but I still have a problem playing Street Fighter V sometimes with it, where other games look completely fine. So I don't know if it's the motion blur. I actually tried turning the motion blur down in the settings, and it seems to be better. I was actually doing that last week or the week before it, because I was thinking about this. I don't know if somebody brought it up, but I was thinking about this a week or two ago. And I actually turned the motion blur off, and it just feels better. I don't know if it's just me or what. It just doesn't come off right. Like, here. Screw it, we'll boot it up. Like, I'll turn it off and on, and I'll show you the difference. It might be hard to see. I hope it doesn't get overloaded, because I got so much shit open right now. Oh, it's probably gonna have its own music too. We good? Okay, we're good. Configuration loaded? I didn't make no configuration. Alright, you'll have to forgive me, I'm using a pad right now. So I'm gonna turn all the settings back to like normal. Logging into the server. Yes. Yes. At least it doesn't take as long as Strive to get into the menu. But here, let's do a little unscientific experiment. So we'll go into settings, graphic settings, picture quality, right? Okay, so I'm gonna just put it at like high. Oh, what happened? Automatic. Max. Yeah, okay, so everything's at max. And we'll play the game normal. In training mode. We'll try to select the same character. Who do I main in Street Fighter V? I don't play it enough to main. But I guess Ryu when I do. Let's pick this stage. It might have decent contrast for the characters. So we're gonna pick Ryu. I'm gonna put him in his white key. And we'll do Ken. It doesn't matter. Story mode. Or story custom. And just try to pay attention to what it looks like when we do moves and jump around and stuff. And then we're gonna turn off the motion blur and do it again. I swear to God, the game doesn't look like it's running 60 FPS, like for real. It doesn't look right to me. It's just weird. I don't know if it's a motion blur or what, but I think that's part of it. So yeah, just kind of pay attention to like how his limbs and shit move. I don't like what they did to Alex in 5. I was very disappointed with what they did with Alex. So here, and then like jumping around. really hard to... My eyes have a really hard time following him when he's jumping around like this. Kind of like bake this into your memory, because we're going to turn the motion blur off, and I swear it's a little bit better. So here. And I hate that this takes so long to get back and forth, but... So we're going to go here, and post-processing, I think, is what does it. So I'm going to say low, right? And we'll turn effects down, I guess. I don't know what effects does, but let's just hit it. Turn it all the way down. And then we'll go back. I swear it's a little bit better. So let's see, we did Kanzuki Estate. We did Ryu. In his default, and there we go. Alright, let's get in and start jumping around. Here we go. Look at how cleaner it is when he's jumping. Like, I can actually see it. It still doesn't look right, but it's better. But look, it just looks cleaner for some reason. See, the motion blur is gone, I think, for the most part. Doesn't look like it's there anymore. But it looks so much easier to follow. So I think that's part of it. Maybe the camera might be the other problem. I'm not sure. The camera does kind of like weirdly zoom in and out when you jump. Very weird tilting to it. But it looks way less messy now. So, I don't know. There we go. Trying to figure some stuff out. Oh my god, pad is so hard to play on for me now. It's ridiculous. For Pocket Fighter EX, I got used to it because it's only 4 buttons. But having to use the trigger buttons for attacks is just fucked up, man. It's not right. I need one of those Mad Cat. I do actually have one of those Mad Catz pads that has the 6 buttons on the face. And it is actually easier to play like that, but the D-pad's kind of shitty. Oh god, you can't do this anymore either. Oh god, I hate some of the things in this game. Why can't you do that? It's so fun. I don't know, but to me, it feels way easier to play like this. It still looks weird though. Like, I'm pretty sure I'm getting 60 FPS. Do they have an FPS counter in here? Like, I can't imagine not getting it on this game. It's not like it's pushing things to the max. Pause menu, type A and B. Wait, what's that? Anyway. Yeah, I don't just probably know what the S counter is there. Screen settings. Sound sync. There's no like performance test. Like in Street Fighter 4, you can do a performance test that'll tell you exactly how fast the game's running on your machine. I don't know. There's so many options that Street Fighter 4 had that 5 doesn't. It's really weird. I don't know. We'll turn everything down, everything off, I guess. There. Go low, low, low. Low as we can go. I don't know. The freaking menus don't even look like they're running at 60 FPS. I don't know. I'm dying here. It's killing me. There's something just weird about the way this game renders. Oh no, no anti-aliasing. Everything looks really weird. Oh my god! Oh my god! It looks so plain now. It's still... It's... Without the post-processing effects were definitely it, because even with everything else turned off, it's about the same now. It just feels much cleaner though without the motion blur. You can actually like see what the hell's going on. Maybe that's the thing, I just have to play. I have to play without the post-processing effects. Oh, that actually worked? Wow, yeah, that actually works. Okay. Wait, can you do a standing one? Oh god, you can, okay. Okay, now the game's definitely bogging. I don't know what it is, but the frame rate's dropping like a fucking tank. Like a brick in the Hudson River. For all you New Yorkers out there. Yeah, the frame rate's definitely tanking now. I don't know. This game's always been wonky. That's kind of cool. I can respect that. That's a neat combo. I guess if they were dizzy, it would be good. Be a good one. Wait, are you kidding? Whoa, hold up. Wait a minute. Whoa, hold on a second. Hold on a second. That was actually kind of cool. Hold on. Wait. How does that work? Okay. I see. Okay, hold on. Wait, can you do Shoryu out of that? Or no? No, you can't because it's a target combo. Okay, but you could get this, yeah? Okay, so you could get this. Oh, hold on. It's a little finicky. Okay. Yeah. Then you should be able to do that, and then I guess another attack? Yeah, right. Yeah, because you can hit them with the crouching, right? Yeah. You can't do it from the crouching one, though. Yeah, I mean, you could do this if you want to get the super at least. Or, Oh, it interferes. If you're doing the standing one, it interferes with doing a Shoryu. For me, at least. My inputs are not super clean. So I'd have to... Yeah, I'd probably just do that. It's the most reliable way. That's pretty decent damage. But, you know, this is totally unsafe on blocks, so good luck getting it to hit. Yeah, okay. I haven't played this game seriously since like the first part of season 2, so oh yeah, you can't man, it's so after playing Pocket Fighter EX and being able to cancel special into you know, your reset, like it feels so weird to play Street Fighter 5 where that's not the case. It actually like darkens the screen almost like it's a slowdown effect, but I don't think it actually slows the characters down. Like for the first few frames it looks like it might. But when it did Shoryu it didn't. seem like it did. I guess a little bit. It sort of slow it down. I'm pretty sure you can a little faster. It doesn't go up quite as high. Yeah, that's I don't think that's as high. So it has a different feel to it. Oh. Wrong grab command. For mine, it's either 2 punches or 2 kicks. Here it's the light punch, light kick. Wait, what? He must have just stopped blocking. There's no way that's unblockable. Yeah, there's a little bit of a time slow there, it feels like. I thought about implementing that in the Pocket Fighter EXs, but I don't know. Oh, that's right, you can't do specials out of it in this game. I'm here, I'm trying to like EX Donkey Kick after it. I'm like, no, that's my game, you can't do that in this game. Not quite that crazy. I don't know, performance in this game is really weird. It's starting to get like chuggy now. Oh, that's right, you can cancel Standing Fierce now. That's cool, that makes it easy. Well, that's enough of that. Either way, yeah, it absolutely is easier to play without all the motion blur on. What? No, Street Fighter 4 was not made in Unity. Who told you that? Street Fighter 4 was made in Capcom's own engine, the MT framework. Oh, here it is. So, no post-processing. Let's see, hold on, I want to see if effects is the motion blur. I think it's post-processing is the motion blur. Let me just see what this looks like. No, Street Fighter 4 was built on the MT framework. I'm pretty positive. That's how they were able to port it to the 3DS so easily. Pretty sure. Dibs worked on it, but I'm pretty sure they used Capcom's MT framework to make it. Maybe I'm wrong. We'll have to look it up, or somebody look it up. I'm pretty sure that that's correct, though. Like everything they made around that time was on MT framework. Oh my god, the FPS just dropped like a fucking metric ton. I don't know what's up with this game. It gets random lag spikes. Yeah, motion blur is still definitely off, so whatever effects are, I don't know, they're not very descriptive. Whatever effects are, it's not motion blur. So yeah, post-processing, that's the category. I really wish they'd just let you turn certain things on and off. Like if you popped up Tomb Raider, you can turn off specific things, and that game's hella old. Yeah. Yeah, Capcom had their own engine for Street Fighter 4. Back in those days, like Devil May Cry 4, all that shit was all made with the MT framework. Companies usually made their own engines back in those days. Now they're kind of like just use Unreal for the most part. But back in the day, they all used to make their own engines. So for Capcom, it was the MT framework. But here, all right, we're getting off on a on a rant here, but here, watch this. Tomb Raider. This one, the reboot. Tomb Raider reboot. Let's open this up and see all the options that it has. And this game was from when? I don't know when. Hold on. Let's check when this game came out. Google, reveal to me Tomb Raider reboot. Survey says 2013. Keep this in mind. This game was in 2013. Failed to initialize Direct 3D with current settings. Okay, well, we got a problem already. Full screen. I will do non-exclusive full screen. Quality, custom, sure. Motion blur, screen effects. Okay. Let's see. Hopefully this works. Hey, we're going. We're doing it. Okay. This is a real PC port. Watch this. If you go to options, okay, look at this. You've got all this shit, screen effects, advanced. Look at this. Texture quality, shadows, anti-aliasing, level of detail, reflections. This is what I expect out of a PC game. So that I can go in here and say, fuck your motion blur, and specifically turn off motion blur by name, so I don't have to guess what's which. Motion blur, on, off. Oh my god, how hard was that? How hard was that? On, off, look at that. There you go. Don't want no motion blur? Boom, you turn it off. I mean, this is what I expect out of a PC port of a game. Instead of having to fuck around and figure out, I don't know, what does effects do? Is effects motion blur? Is post-processing motion blur? The only hint that I had that motion blur was actually post-processing is because I know how to do it in a game. And I know that it's a post-processing effect. But who knows? Who knows what it could have been under? They don't give you any explanation. But this game will give you everything. Good looking game, too. Whatever. That doesn't matter. It's like I'm watching Total Biscuit right now. Yeah, I'm channeling him. We're having the seance. I'm channeling Total Biscuit. Having a meltdown about PC options. God bless his soul, man. That he was my spirit animal. Oh god, the camera's weird. Hold on, the camera's weird. I don't like it. Where's... Hold on, where's... No, I don't want to really remap my thing. Where is gameplay options? Gamepad. Oh, invert axis Y. Yeah, there we go. Is that better? Yeah? Yeah, okay. That's more like what I'm expecting. Oh no, now it's weird. When I'm aiming, I want it the other way. Can you do that specifically? Hold on. Not graphics, damn it. Go back. Gameplay. Oh yeah, when aiming. Oh, it's because it was off. Okay, there we go. Yeah, invert while aiming. Yeah? Yeah. Yeah? Yeah, there we go. There we go. I remember how to play this game now. This game's good. I gotta play the other ones. I haven't played either of the other ones. This game was good. I still remember how to play it too. That's amazing. Yeah, first seen 15 minutes of any Total Biscuit reviews, and yeah, that's what I loved about it. He was so thorough, looking through all the options and being like, yeah, let's try this out, let's try that out. We gotta see, you know, what's in there, if it's shitty or not. Oh my god, this game runs so smooth. I'm feeling almost like motion sickness after playing the other game and then playing this one. Oh, wrong X. Oh, this is one of them puzzles. This is one of those puzzles. Like LT. Oh yeah. Yeah, go ahead. Bye. That's one of those puzzle dungeons. But no, this game's good. I have the other ones. I just haven't started them. Wait, where are we? How do we get out? Okay. You know, I could just start playing this, but you're not here for this. How do we get out? Exit the main menu. Here we go. Look, like as a solo developer, I want to include a lot of this stuff. Sometimes it's not feasible because it's kind of like a one-man army syndrome, but I mean, already here, I'll show you my options. I think I have more already. Here, watch. Try to practice what I preach when it's feasible. Here. We got an FPS display if you want it. Pixel filters, different frames, different color frames, different views. Oh, excuse me. There. Set it like that. Can turn screen flash on and off. Yeah, you got VSync. That's normal. There's a filter here. I don't like the way it looks, but some people like the way the filtering looks, so. Yeah. Like, here you go. You want options? We got options, man. And there's gonna be more than that. Like, I haven't put them on the menu yet, but there's the different options for the player markers and the level of detail in the stages and stuff. Oh, it looks so weird with the blur. But some people like this. Especially like the emulator crowd. A lot of the old emulator guys, they played with the blur on. Or it was a case of the blur was on by default, or if they didn't know how to turn it off at their graphic card level. Some emulators did that automatically. Some people just like playing with the blur. I think it's bilinear filtering is what it's called. Whatever. If you want to play with the blur, you can play with the blur. It looks really weird to me, though. I'd like to have a CRT filter at some point, but... Well, I do have the pixel filter. Oh shit, I didn't want to go back there. Hold on. Hold on, go back to the... That's one thing I should do, is add a back to menu button on the select screen, but... I'll try to do what I can. Options. So, pixel filter. Pixel filter looks better without the filter. Yeah, there we go. See, now that looks cool. That looks like an old handheld screen. Like you see it like this, it literally looks like an old handheld screen. This is actually a really like neat way to view it. Boy, that's old school as shit. That wasn't hard to do either, but like a CRT filter would be like super difficult. At least for me, because I have no idea how to program shaders like that. Look at it, it looks really cool. It looks like the old days. It's almost like a real, like, widescreen Neo Geo Pocket. Really exemplifies how low resolution this game is. Now that you can see the pixels, like these bars are only 3 pixels big. This one's only 2 pixels big. They're really small. Options, baby. There's not too much to do here. Like if it was a 3D render game, I'd have a lot more. You know, like if there was motion blur, we could turn it off. You know, things like that. But there's in a 2D game, you don't have too much of that. There's not like a lot of post-processing effects in 2D games typically. To have to worry turning them off. Now here, what was it, F9? Yeah, stage D contrast and F10 or F8 was the player pointers. So I don't have menus for them, but I do have shortcut buttons at the moment. I'll put them in the menu eventually. So then here, now you can see it. So people that have a hard time visually, that's what this stage D contrast is for. Some people have visual impairments that make it harder to see details. So what this does is it kind of makes more focus of the contrast on the characters, so it's easier to see them walking around. So the gameplay elements are really what you get to see here. And then the player markers, if you want them, you know, you can look for the 1 and the 2, the shape of the 1 and the 2. If you're colorblind, you can see the big number. So if you don't know who you are based on color selection, or you can't see color or whatever, then you can turn this on. Then you can see it. It was simple enough to do. Change it. When I search how to make a fighting game, so much game called Mugen, I think they can't make network play. Well, yeah, Mugen's an old tool that people use to make fighting games. It's not the greatest. I definitely wouldn't, if you were making a serious fighting game, like if you just want to test out some concepts in a character or two, or figure out how to animate a fighting game character and just play around with it, Mugen's fine, but if you're making a serious fighting game, I would avoid it. It's not exactly commercial quality friendly. That's the nice way to put it. It's funny for a lark, but it's definitely not a serious development tool. Despite what some people might want you to believe, I guess. In this case, the combat engine is completely mine. Obviously it runs in Unity, but Unity really just kind of Unity displays the graphics. And that's about it, we'll put it that way. It's great, and it's great for debugging stuff and all that, but I don't use like their physics and stuff. So all the combat code and stuff is all mine. It doesn't use Unity's thing. Even more so because of the rollback. I had to reprogram half the shit that I was using in Unity into my own custom thing to make it rollbackable. Oh, I do have the semi-rollback going. Was it F9? Yeah, F9 state save, and then F10 is state load. Right now. It doesn't handle animations gracefully yet. So if I do that, state saved like that, I just end up walking in the air. But and we're getting there. Not everything is getting saved and loaded, and that's why it does that. So like the players, whether they're jumping or not. Yeah, see, if I'm jumping already, then it actually comes through as a jump. But if I'm standing, it preserves that standing state when he moves. So, yeah, like, it's funny. It's funny because he, like, super jumps when I hit it, if I super jump beforehand. So it's not actually saving and loading his internal state of whether he's moving or walking or whatever. Oh, it's so weird because it's reversed now. Oh, that's so strange. Oh, now left goes left and right goes right. I wonder if it's because I side switched and then did it. Yeah, now right is left and left is right. It's so funny. But it's just because not all the data is getting saved. So like his state of I am standing versus jumping versus crouching, all that is not getting saved and loaded. But you do see if I'm already jumping, then it does go to the correct animation. And it tries to do the right thing. But it's not exactly not everything's getting there. But it's a long process. Like, I have to program each and everything for save state. So I've been separating. All these things have save state now. The object spawner. The animation controller does, but because it's tied to the fighter controller, it gets overridden. That's why if I'm jumping, it works. And then that's the Tatsu you saw when we state saved. But if I'm just standing, it gets overridden. Let's see. And we have like the command move controller and like the cancel window and stuff. It's hard to demonstrate that that's getting saved and loaded, but it is. The super meter resource. So if we reset, I'm gonna. Oh wait. F9 is save. Okay. I'm gonna do that and then save. And now when I load, notice his super bar goes down because he had none during that state. So some data is getting saved and loaded, and health and stun and all that's getting saved. So we're getting there. I have to go through each one of these and make it compatible with the save state. And it takes a long time. Yeah, this should be getting saved and loaded too, yeah. So some properties like the dungeon charge and stuff are, but until all of it's together, it's gonna look broken. And then, yeah, if I do Shift F10, it attempts to save and load. And that's where you got that funny video where or it's kind of like rolling back all the actions, but since it's only a partial rollback, it gets a little weird. There we go, build some meter up. Oh no, that was funny. Yeah, that's where things get like really weird. Oh, there you go. I'm sorry for your ears. That's why I muted that clip on Twitter. But that's because only certain things are getting saved and loaded. But once we get more stuff saved and loaded, it'll start to get less broken over time. I'm excited though. We're kind of like in the home stretch here. Once it can save and load properly, then we can actually do a rollback. Because we got the updates working. So the updates can go as many updates as it wants without affecting the frames per second. And once we can save and load, I mean, that's it. Those are the two big components of rollback: save, load, and updating on its own. I mean, it's got to be deterministic, otherwise it'll desync. But as far as like the functional components of rollback, those are the ones. In Unity, I see the post-processing effect. I'm sure it has post-processing stuff. Like, of course it does. That doesn't mean I'm using it though. But that's mostly for like 3D stuff. You can do post-processing for 2D, but a lot of times there's no need to. Most of your effects are kind of like hand-drawn. You could certainly add like shaders and like shadows or something with it, but that's more of a 3D thing. But yeah. Oh well. Anyway. Oh, I forgot to turn the music back on. Hey, there we go. It's Maximilian Dude's theme song. That's all everybody remembers it for that now. The game's so old, man. I should play EX3 on stream. That game's super fun. I don't know, it gets shit on all the time, but I don't know why. Like, sure, it aged poorly graphically, but I mean, like, what game from that era really hasn't? We're getting there. Getting there, slow but sure. I'm happy with all the progress lately on it. But it's not like I haven't been working on it. I've been working on it like every day for the past like 2 years. And I unplugged my headphones so I can't hear the music. There we go. It's just rollback takes so long to do. It's so much programming and so much work. It's a headache. We're doing it. It's getting there. I see the light at the end of the tunnel. Oh well. Anyway, I'm getting pretty tired, so I think I'm gonna bounce. We did all right. We did 3 hours or so. It's not, you know, it's not the 9-hour Retro Mansion stream, but you know, can't have those every time. So it is what it is. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So yeah, let me get links. The current version, old version without rollback, and all the other stuff. They're up on Game Jolt, and you can try that out. A lot of things have changed though, so don't think you're gonna practice that version and it'll be applicable to this one. It's like almost an entirely new game and how it feels. It's crazy. And then if you feel like throwing me a bone, I do have a Patreon. It supports my streaming and my personal efforts in game development and all that. That's patreon.com/GameDevScrubs. You can get in progress builds of the stuff that I work on, including this project. So if you want to see the broken, unfinished version of the game and try out the new features, you can. There, it's not necessarily a stable build, but it's a build. That's more for the really curious people, we'll put it that way. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So our schedule, well, my schedule rather. Oh no, I'm so sorry you came in at the last second. I appreciate it though. That was great text on TV. I'm sorry. We're closing up shop. It's cool though. I appreciate it. Yeah, I was gonna say everybody get to bed. It's 1 a.m. Yeah, on Thursday we do the platforming game. You saw a little bit of that earlier. And on Sunday I play a game. So we played Demon's Crest yesterday on Sunday, and it was really good. But like they don't tell you. Like, you have to get all the items, and I don't know where they are. So I'm gonna have to look it up, and then we'll finish like the last 15 minutes of the game, or half hour of the game on Sunday, and then we'll play something else after that. So yeah, you guys take it easy. And that's pretty much it. Then back on Monday we do more Pocket Fighter EX, hopefully on time next week, and not, you know, later in the night. But that's cool. That's fine. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So thanks everybody for hanging out. Oh, yeah, Discord. If you want to bug me in Discord, there's that. And that's pretty much it. And I'm on Twitter. I'm ArctyWiz, and I tweet stuff sometimes. So, okay, that's it. I'm out of here. I'm tired. See you guys later. Thanks everybody for hanging out. We'll see you on Thursday, and that's it. Scrub out.